guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Winnie of Winbitzator, and I am here again on another amazing episode. This video it's me giving you a result of the things that I have been practicing. So I'm a life and performance coach, especially for business owners, but my content is really not for business owners alone. You run your life, you run your household, regardless of whether you run a business. As business owners, it is our job to solve problems. It is our job to I really don't like using the word problems, because right now I call problems challenges, along the way, and it's our job to solve them. We cannot run away from them. Instead, we are supposed to embrace them. And certain times there are situations and events that are out of our control where there's nothing we can do about it. Being non-reactive to situations and events, especially one out of our control, is really not a trait that we are born with. It's a psychological mindset. I have come to realize that it is a skill that can be learned. It is something that we can develop. So if you are like me, that runs helter-skelter when things are going bad, that is emotionally disturbed when there are a lot of things going out of our control, in that time, the only thing that we can control is how we are reactive to the situation, how we are reactive to this event that is happening. And that's when being calm and having a serene mind comes into play. So please stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 practical tools and steps on how you can cultivate this. Yes, not everybody was born that way. Some people were born that way, but some of us that were not have to learn this, because it's a life skill. I think it shouldn't be taught in schools, part of the educational curriculum, because life will test you. Oh Lord. If you're now a business owner, an entrepreneur from a third world country or a developing economy, oh Lord, life will life you. I'm Nigerian, if you don't know. And there's something that we say like, when we came into adulthood, we all know how adulthood is giving us basbos. What I mean by basbos, like, it's just slapping us with several things. Like, you're solving this issue and instantly another issue is coming up. And sometimes I'm like, when does it end? When does this end? I'm going crazy. But good news, guys. For the past 6 to 7 months, I have been in control of how I react to things around me. It has been amazing, and I would share it with you. Wonderful people that are looking to have a better grasp at life. And if we are able to do that, we perform at a peak rate, and we're able to achieve more success. So why would I share that? I'll definitely share that. And then every other thing that I have been able to do and practicalize that is working for me, I would share it on this channel. So while you are watching me, share this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to this channel. Look, you have to be on this channel, and I'll give you one simple reason why you have to be on this channel. On this channel, we don't paint things like, oh yeah, I'm perfect. So what is equanimity? Equanimity is a Latin word, and it means being calm emotionally and mentally in the face of pressure and turmoil. Oh my goodness. Being unperturbed when things are going haywire. I'm not like that, guys. I am not like that. Guys, I am married to a man that if the roof is falling down, Mr. Man is not disturbed. He is unperturbed. Like, he would just be calm. And I'm like, who are you? Where do you come from? Where do you originate from? The first tool we're going to be exploring is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is an acute awareness, self-awareness of your present state. Yes, your present moment. You have to be aware, and you have to be non-judgmental. This form of meditation is another form of wellness practices, and it's often combined with wellness practices such as yoga and walking. Okay, Personally, I don't do yoga. I don't practice yoga. I practice walking. Guys, there are times when it's a lot and I just find myself taking off. Like I just have to keep whatever it is and I just take a walk. I could have music in my ears or I wouldn't, but I am aware of my present situation. I am aware of the moment that I am in. I am fully aware. However, I am non-judgmental. I am not condemning myself. The first natural state of human being, which is breathing, there is something called mindful breathing. So taking deep breath, inhaling and exhaling it can return your mental and emotional state of mind back to status quo, to calm, to serenity before the event that threw you off. You can practice mindful walking like I've stated. You can practice yoga like I've stated. And there's something called mindful eating. Yo, guys, I used to eat and there's something called stress eating and there's something called mindful eating. I never knew. I used to be on this spectrum of the scale. I would be eating when I'm stressed. I would eat in a very horrible way and I gain a lot of weight when I'm stressed. And then when it gets too bad, I don't eat at all. So it was either I eat a lot or I don't eat at all. But then there's a practice of mindful eating. So how does mindful eating works? You eat your food in slower motions, yeah, tasting and savoring every taste, touching, looking at the texture of your food, looking at the color of your food, slowly putting it into your mouth, slowly chewing. Instead of eating like what I was practicing earlier on, eating so fast, and I find that I was gaining really bad weight, a lot of calories. Practicing mindful eating is another step. The practice of mindfulness is so important that it has been tested and has been introduced into mainstream medicine and clinical practice by John Kabat-Zinn, a professor and scientist that developed the mindfulness-based stress reduction program. So it's been tested and tried clinically to help outpatients that had chronic pain and other issues. And thank you, John Kabat-Zinn, for introducing this into medicine, because there are a lot of mental and emotional issues that people have to deal with on a daily. And sometimes it doesn't have to do with drugs. Sometimes it just takes simple wellness practices such as yoga, such as walking, to bring you back to that state of calm, and your stress is reduced and you are able to function better. The second way of cultivating equanimity is to develop an attitude of non-attachment. Yes, expectations hurt, darling, and you have to develop an attitude of non-attachment. Stop being attached to the outcome of certain events or happenings or issues that is around us. Now, do not confuse non-attachment with nonchalance or being cold, or don't confuse it with those two. This is just you not being attached to the outcome of a certain event that is going. The third way is to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is accepting that you are a human being that sometimes makes mistakes, but not judging yourself, being kind to yourself, understanding the slip-ups, and finding out how you can be a better person. I'm a self-critic, yes, and most times I beat myself up. I am so judgmental to myself, my actions, my mistakes. I keep beating myself like, Winnie, you should know better. Winnie, you should have done better. Winnie, why did you act this way? Oh, I tend to bring myself down a whole lot with my thoughts, with my words, and it makes me react more to the situation at hand. But when I started talking to myself with kindness, when I started accepting the fact that you are human, you are allowed to make mistakes. You are not made perfect. You are not made not to make mistakes. I started talking to myself in a more understanding, calm, and kind way. And this simple, really, really simple act of, of wellness practice brings me back to that state of equanimity. Yeah. Where I tell myself, okay, this happened. Yes, you are human, and that was why it happened. I just come back to the state of, okay, you are not going to be affected by the result of this, and you're going to find a way out of this situation. When I started being kind to myself, when I started not shifting the blame or not taking responsibility, no, you have to reflect. Sometimes you do self-reflection, take accountability for the things that you should have done better. Yes, but do it in a kinder way. Do not beat yourself up. Stop making yourself feel like, oh, I'm a failure, putting yourself down the more. It doesn't help. That is what I've come to realize. It keeps you there where you're trying to come out from. It just keeps you there. This brings me to the fourth practical way of cultivating equanimity. It is the concept of acceptance and letting go. The ability to emotionally detach and let go, and accepting whatever that has happened. We typically have this fear of losing the things, the people, the relationship, the business, anything that we hold dear. There's this innate fear of losing that. One key aspect of the concept of acceptance and letting go is learning how to get rid of emotional attachment. One way to do this is to realize and accept that love life, relationship, business, whatever, are fleeting moments. They do not last forever. When you are able to tell yourself that all of these things that we hold on to so dearly are fleeting and they do not last forever, it is easier for us to let go when they have run their course. It is easier for us to accept the heartbreak. It's easier for us to accept the relationship break. Friendship breaks, anyways, are even more painful than emotional and relationship breaks. And the worst of all is losing a business, losing your baby, losing your project, your establishment, your idea, your vision. And most times entrepreneurs and business owners hold on to a dying business and project. As painful as it is, I resonate with you. I understand. We have to understand that businesses come and go. Relationships come and go. They are fleeting. We have to understand that we need to enjoy it in the moments that we have them. When we have them, we give it our best. YouTube channels are fleeting moments. They come and go. As much as I love you all can come and go. And I have to, first of all, enjoy the moment that I am in, knowing that a time might come when it has to pass. And if I acknowledge that fact, when it actually passes, I'm able to emotionally detach easily. So that is something that we have to learn as adults, as business owners, as young adults that are watching me, wherever you are. There is nothing that lasts forever. Heck, we don't even last forever. So knowing when to let go is an amazing practice to help with the concept of what? Detaching and letting go, and then you are able to come back to the state of equanimity. Guys, we need to learn this. We don't learn this in business school. We don't learn this in the university. We have just got to know this. We have just got to develop skills like this, because it's going to help us. It is going to take us, we're not even going to get to the point of depression. That state, that place we don't want to go to, because when we go there, it's so difficult to come back. The fifth and final one is gratitude and positivity. Gratitude affects our brain function and structure. It promotes this feel good hormones that has a ripple effect on our body and our mind and our emotions. I would strongly encourage us to keep a gratitude journal. My mentor and role model, sometime in January, yeah, the first of this year, encouraged us to get an empty jar. She called it the gratitude jar, where every week we write out something good. It could be anything. Maybe at the end of the week, you say, I ate my favorite meal, and then you put it in the jar. At the end of the next week, you could say, oh, I was able to go to work and come back with no issues. You could be grateful for that. You write it out and then you keep it. If you don't want to use the gratitude jar, I recommend a gratitude journal. I met an elderly woman on a bus some time ago, and she shared something very profound with me. While we were talking, she told me of how she was about celebrating her 96th birthday. Yes, and she still got on the bus unaided, like on her own. And I was really curious. Yeah, we shared the same birth month, which was September, and that sparked the conversation. And I asked her, how have you been able to navigate through the ups and downs of life? What has kept you going? What trick, what secret would you like to share with me? And she told me one thing. She said, no matter what she has gone through in life, she always tells herself that there is something to be grateful for, that her case is not as bad as the cases of other people in the world. As weird as it sounded, because it's not something I would do, but she said when she tells herself that her brain just, there's this spark in her eyes, she just gets really charged up. So she's been able to find out one grateful, positive thing that over time brings her out of that mood. She says, in life, there are so many times you find ourselves in that position, which I'm sure you watching this has found yourself there. But she's sharing with me that we should be able to say that there is something we are thankful for. There is something we are grateful for. It could be the roof over your head. Okay, if you don't have a roof over your head, you could say, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I'm still here. Now, there are scenarios where your employer or your boss comes into the office, does the regular thing that he or she is supposed to do as a boss, as a leader, but unknown to the employees, there are a lot of things going wrong. Probably there's a lawsuit, probably there's something that should make that boss be unstable, but because high achievers have been able to master this skill, for those that it doesn't come to them naturally, they've been able to cultivate and build this skill. That is why they maintain calm in scenarios that will make an average person lose it, but they maintain calm and they are so cool, calm, composed, collected. Yeah, this is under control, my lawyer's handling this, my this is handling this. And sometimes I'm like, oops, Winnie, I would be all over the place. Maybe not to the sight of my employees, but in my corner, in my office, I would be losing it, because prior to now, that was how I handled issues like that. But hopefully and thankfully, now I'm able to control my emotions. I am able to bring myself back to the state of calm, serenity, and peace. And that is what I'm sharing with you. So mindfulness is a practice that if you are able to learn, you would have better grasp of your emotions and you'll be able to handle it. So guys, please, yoga and walking, it does magic. Take the walk today, bring out your yoga mat and come back to that state of calm. It will really help you. Thank you for watching this video. It was really fun having you here. I would love to hear from you. Are there other tips and strategies that you use to bring yourself back to a place of calm when the world is just turning on its own? Please share in the comment below. I'd love to engage with you. Share this video with everybody that you know that should listen to this. Like, turn on the notification bell. I'll be sharing informative and engaging videos like this every week, and we will be talking about it on this channel. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time.